Mr. Walker, thank you again for joining us this morning. A story we've been doing, which may come to as a surprise to some people, that under this administration, excuse me, the Justice Department has prosecuted approximately 25 less gun crime cases than the administration of George W. Bush. It seems as though this administration, although they talk a good game, they want gun control, gun restrictions, are not really prosecuting cases. They're kind of leaving that up to local authorities. What's your take on that?
Well, if it is a crime, I guess there's sort of you kind of have to look at the world and gun crimes that are exclusively under federal control, and then gun crimes that are most closely associated with penal laws of a particular state. For example, if somebody robs a liquor store with a gun, that's a state crime. If somebody is a felon in possession of a gun, it is both a state and a federal crime. However, it's more likely to be prosecuted on the state level, because those are the people who come into contact. Local police are the ones who come into contact with felons with guns and things of that nature. Usually, federal prosecutions only result from, U.S. Marshal investigations, ATF investigations, FBI investigations, things like that. So one thing that would be curious to see is the crimes that are exclusively in the realm of federal gun crimes, mostly violations of ATF regulations, people who are...
And that's what they were... You're right, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's what they were saying. These are ATF violations, but under the Clinton and Bush administrations, that's Clinton and 43, they seem to have that as a priority. You've got Obama, who, keeps telling everybody that we need, stricter gun laws, but he's not prosecuting a lot of these cases, which may come as a great surprise to those that feel that he is their champion on this.
Well, it's sort of like, it's one of the criticisms that have been leveled at Obama since he began. He's sort of I guess he's universally acknowledged, begrudgingly, as a great campaigner. And so he's great at going out there and stirring up the pot and campaigning and making speeches and everything else. But whenever it comes down to the brass tacks of actually administering the government or directing government action, he doesn't, that's not his strong suit. That's not what he does. And so it's easier to go out and pound the podium and say, we need new gun laws, rather than administering the gun laws that we already have, which is one of the conservatives' great arguments.
That is exactly right.
You have enough laws, just enforce the laws we have and see how that takes down, crime overall.
Absolutely.
Rather than advocating for new ones.
Absolutely correct. Mr. Walker, always good to have you on, my friend. Thank you very much for sharing your insight with us. We sure appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me, Matt.